Kani mga bay, mamindot ta diri oh. Mutingog man na sila. They're gonna tell us what kind of tree is that. So,
hello, we're Sweet Bay and Red Bay. We're both called bays, but Sweet Bay with its silvery backed leaves is a magnolia, a deciduous cousin to the larger southern magnolia, with smaller but equally beautiful and fragrant flowers. Even in winter, my smooth light-colored trunk is decorated with patches of lichens who make their home there. Because of my smaller size, I'm planted in many southern gardens to provide fragrance in early summer. Red Bay has wonderfully aromatic leaves that can be used in cooking. The spice bush, swallowtail butterfly larvae often feed upon my leaves. The small bluish fruit are a favorite of turkey, songbirds, and quail, and deer will happily browse upon my evergreen leaves. Look at me carefully. I may be following the path of the American chestnut and disappearing from our woodlands because of a fungus carried by an imported beetle. We are the most prevalent understory trees, especially in coastal woodlands.
ari na punta diri mga bay. We're gonna see what kind of tree is that one. Look, it's so damn big. You cannot really tell the thing on it because it's a bit dark.
Howdy, I'm Sweet Gum. The name comes from my sweet-tasting gummy sap. The Mayan Indians burned my sap to make a pleasing incense. My range begins in Guatemala, Central America, and continues to Virginia. I'm one of the first trees to colonize abandoned fields. Now, you won't find me growing in many home lawns because of my seed balls that are covered with prickly spines. If you look on the ground, you'll probably find some of my old seed balls. But quail, mourning doves, and cardinals love to eat those tiny seeds. In the fall, I'm one of the most colorful trees, with burgundy, orange, red, and yellow often all on the same tree. My seeds drive gardeners mad, but my purpose is to change bare earth into forest.
Oh wow, that's pretty down right there. But it's pretty down here too. See? Dula din siya. Dula.
Hello, I'm the true southern magnolia, Magnolia grandiflora. Grandiflora really tells my story. I have huge, fragrant white blossoms in the springtime. My leaves are glossy and dark green, and I have interesting branches that make great ladders for children to climb. You will find me growing from moist areas in the coastal plains in Texas, all the way to North Carolina. And now I grow in people's yards too, because I'm so beautiful. Even though my leaves are evergreen, they do wear out after about 2 years, and I get a whole flush of new ones. I'm an ancient tree, and have very unusual seed pods that are related to cones. In winter, look for my showy red fruits hanging from slender threads. Some people collect these cones, spray them gold, and hang them from their Christmas trees.
Big trees.
Hello, I am Kuningami lanceolata, or Chinese fir. For over 800 years, people in China, Vietnam, and Japan have grown this tree. I'm tall, over 100 feet when mature, and my wood is very easy to work, yet quite durable, even resistant to termites. So I'm valuable for building and carpentry, and very popular for coffins, since I'm very slow to rot when in contact with the soil. In the United States, I'm planted for my unusual looks when people want a special feature in their gardens. I have sharp needles that fall in bundles. As I age, the old needles tend to hang on, giving me a shaggy brown look. Also, since the fallen needles don't compost quickly, they can be a problem in areas with forest fires. Unlike many conifers, if I'm cut to the ground, I will sprout and start growing all over again.
I'm the true southern magnolia, Magnolia grandiflora. Grandiflora really tells my story. I have huge, fragrant white blossoms in the springtime. My leaves are glossy and dark green, and I have interesting branches that make great ladders for children to climb. You will find me growing from moist areas in the coastal plains in Texas all the way to North Carolina, and now I grow in people's yards too, because I'm so beautiful. Even though my leaves are evergreen, they do wear out after about 2 years, and I get a whole flush of new ones. I'm an ancient tree, and have very unusual seed pods that are related to cones. In winter, look for my showy red fruits hanging from slender threads. Some people collect these cones, spray them gold, and hang them from their Christmas trees.
Ooh, that's a big one. Pine tree. Pilatom.
Sarap ang kain pag nagkakamay ka.
Mani siya ang kahoy sa
Kuya kay bunga. Kaon ba ka na? Puwan na nga lumboy.
puwan na mao ni Lumboy sa South Carolina. Ano siya? Nangala tinglagas na diri kung sa kuan pa tinglagas. Mulusot ko diri ha. Balik ra ko. Asa man din siya? Kuan. Diri.
Hello, I'm Camellia. I traveled halfway around the world, from China and Japan, to find a home in gardens all over the southern United States. With my dark green leaves and hundreds of flowers, I'm a jewel in the fall and winter months, with blossoms from November through April. I like growing under pine trees. Their shade keeps me looking at my best, and their needles help my roots stay cool and moist. One member of my family is grown worldwide not for flowers, but for leaves, tea leaves. And even today, you can find Camellia sinensis growing on a tea plantation in Charleston, South Carolina. Even when I'm not in flower, I make a handsome shrub that is often home to birds' nests. I'm still a favorite in my home countries of Japan and China. In China, my seeds are pressed for oils, which are used in the finest lotions.
Hello, I'm a loblolly pine. I'm planted on 29 million acres of land across the South, on soils as varied as red clays to sand. My taproot quickly gives way to lots of branching roots, which helps me adapt to wherever I find myself growing, either by man or from my seeds being dispersed by the wind. Deers, squirrels, quails, and other birds find shelter in large stands of loblolly pine. Since I grow quickly, I'm a good lumber or pulpwood tree, and millions of loblolly seedlings are planted by foresters each year. Along with sweet gums, I'm a plant that can colonize and start a new forest in poor, abandoned fields or eroded areas. If my top is broken during storms, I usually die. But if I'm left standing, woodpeckers love to work in the softened wood to make nesting cavities.
Wala siya di gana. Nasaan po sila?